lens. Excuse my camera lens. Excuse me. It's a little blurry. Okay, hold up. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay, that's a little bit better, but y'all know every device does not record equally. However, welcome to today's live with yours truly, Josie. I am the founder of Girl Plus Kingdom TV and Ministries. And on this channel, we talk everything from a faith-based perspective to help you to level up and to help you to transform your life in the areas of relationship, in the area of health and wellness, in the area of beauty. Okay, because if y'all know me, then you know that I love beauty, all things beauty. In the area also of finding your purpose and discovering who you are, why God put you here. And then I am also a midwife. It's going to help you to launch out into that. And lastly, this channel is for business entrepreneurs. So if that's you and you love all of those things and you want to get it from a kingdom perspective so you can transform your life, then do me a favor and go ahead and subscribe to the family and welcome to this side of heaven where it gets good. I promise you that I'm going to give you something that is sound from a biblical perspective, but also I'm going to give you something that's going to help you to change your life from personal experiences and things that the Holy Spirit may download to me as I welcome him in even now to speak through me. Y'all saw the topic. I was talking directly to Black women in this topic. I know that this is a very touchy subject. I have posted this on one of my other social medias and have gotten feedback from some of the ladies over there on TikTok at Girl Plus Kingdom TV. Follow me over there. And I wanted to come on here and talk to my fam on YouTube as well. I noticed, especially with me, let me start with me. I grew up in a single parent home. My mother raised us by herself, and without her even teaching us anything with her words, she was showing me and my sisters and my brothers that you have to find a way to get things on your own. Why? Because she was a single mother. Why? Because she went and got it on her own so that we can have food in our mouth, clothes on our back, shoes on our feet, right? And at some point that shifted, that dynamic of my life as a kid shifted, and my mother did whatever she had to do. However, that raised a sense of independency in me. And when I got older, as an older woman, I began to operate in that independency, even in my relationships. But one day, somebody say one day, I ended up meeting a masculine man, okay? This man provide for me on every single level, spiritually, mentally, every single level. What's up, CJ? Every single level. This man was very masculine, is very masculine, and he provides. I don't have to open up a door. I don't have to lift a bag. I don't have to do anything. When I'm in his presence, I can rest. I'm safe. And he's a blessing from God. And the reason why I'm coming on here is strictly from experience, y'all. I am not coming on here to talk to you from a place of tearing you down as my sister. I'm not coming on here to tear you down as a woman. I'm actually coming to give you this information because I didn't have it prior to meeting a real, genuine, loving, masculine man. And I remember the Holy Spirit kind of nudging me on my shoulder one day when I was with him. I started speaking too much, and it was like the Holy Spirit was like, yeah, you need to kind of not speak so much. Hey, welcome, Prasad, I believe. Welcome to today's live. Welcome everybody to today's live. Y'all do me a favor and hit this, give this video a thumbs up. Give this video a thumbs up, and thank you in advance for subscribing and liking and sharing. But back to the topic, I didn't know how to just rest in my femininity. Nice to meet you too. I didn't know how to rest in my femininity. I didn't know how to just be silent. And I also didn't know that masculine men, they want to be the ones to actually go out for their woman and go find solutions for her. They want to be the ones to say, I did this for my woman. Masculine men do not want to hear us as their woman tell them everything that they should do. Masculine men do not want to hear us as their woman try to find solutions for them. They want to find solutions. And what I have come to find out is us as Black women, we tend to go into this independent mindset because sometimes we don't know how to turn it off. Okay. And it's not a nudge off of your shoulders, or it's not to put you down. It's to really help elevate your dating life. Because if I would have had that information before I started dating a masculine man, I probably would have came in with a different perspective and more advantage. Because when I tell you that dating a masculine man is different from dating a man that's just a little boy, so to speak. Not saying every man is a little boy, but there are some men that you will date. They will not all be masculine in the way that they move or the way that they act. And just to give you some reference to how masculine men move by protecting, providing for that woman on every single level. That's the way that they move. And if a man cannot provide for you on every single level, he is not masculine. Masculine men do not ask women for money. Masculine men do not ask women to go 50-50 on nothing. Masculine men do not ask women what do they bring to the table, because masculine men already have a table and they bring that woman to their level or to their table. But what we have to understand as Black women is how to calm down that independency when we get in the presence of a masculine man. Because masculine men, they like to figure out stuff. They like to come up with solutions. They like to solve problems and figure out how to be the best for you. But if you're the one giving all the solutions, you move into a more masculine role, and that takes you out of the femininity or out of your feminine, and that creates a wedge between you and your man. I know this from experience. And so the Holy Spirit had to nudge me and say, hey, that's a masculine man that you're with. That's a man's man. He don't need your advice right now. He just needs you to just listen to him. He don't need your advice right now. He just needs you to just oh, okay, that's wonderful. And leave it alone. If you can make that a practice and just say, that's wonderful, and leave it alone. If you can do that, then when you get in the presence of a masculine man, you'll be in a greater position to also maintain that type of relationship. All right, I just came on here to tell you, sister to sister, that I made the mistake of thinking that because I'm a helpmeet, because I'm a helper, that I'm supposed to help my man through always telling him what to do and giving him unsolicited advice that he did not ask for. But on the flip side of this, what I will say is that your man should likewise ask you, what do you think? If that man is not asking you, what do you think? He does not value your opinion. If he never asks you your opinion on anything that he has personally going on with his life, he just probably don't value you. And for sure, he does not value your opinion. And so that's somebody you might not want to long term it with. But I'm talking about the men who love their woman, who shows up and serves their woman, and who shows up and provides for their woman on every level. Y'all, we got to master this as Black women. We have to learn how to be slow to speak, how to pray and ask God for divine instructions and the timing even to speak to our men. Because if we want to have healthy families and healthy dynamics with relationship, if we want to have healthy masculine men stay in our lives, we got to learn how to tone it down a little bit as Black women. That is all that I'm saying. Kind of train your mind, train yourself on how to listen more when he speaks. When your man speak, that's time for you to be very silent and let him talk. Because you'll realize that if you be silent and you hear what your man have to say, that is a sign of honor. If you be silent when your man is speaking, that is a sign of reverence. It don't make you less than. It don't mean that your opinions are not valuable as his is. It just means that men and women, we operate different, we think different, and we move different. And so if your man is talking, that's the time to kind of be like, I remember I was even with my friend guy. The other day I was hanging out with a friend of mine, and he started talking. He's a masculine man. He started talking. And I just sat there and I just got quiet and I listened to whatever it was that he had to say. He looked at me and probably was thinking, dang, she quiet. She ain't saying nothing. But the whole time I was practicing femininity around even my friend guy's presence. All right. And I noticed the shift in him when he noticed that I was quiet, when he noticed I wasn't talking, when he heard that, when he saw I was listening to him instead of speaking. That actually did something on the inside of him, and it made him talk more. Sometimes we don't know what our man thinking because we are talking a lot, and we were trained to talk a lot. But that's why we have to reprogram our mind and learn new patterns and new behaviors. Because when you get with that man that you've been praying for, that you've been dreaming for, that you've been hoping for, when you get with that specific man that's masculine, it's going to provide for you on every single level. All right? That's the type of man that you want to learn how to practice silence in his presence. That's the type of man that you want to ask him, is it okay for me to speak now? That's the type of man that you want to ask him, okay, are you finished? Do not interrupt him. And I guarantee you, you're going to know if you're around a masculine man or not, because that man is going to provide for you again on each and every level. And if he cannot do that, he's not the guy that you should probably be talking to. And when you are around him, when you do find your masculine, lovable, quality, high value man, guess what? You also got to comes with something. And you also have to be a woman that practices speaking less. And I know we're not taught that in the Black community. I know we taught to say what's on our mind. I know we're taught to just get it out, girl, get it out. Say whatever you gonna say, girl. You know, you don't let nobody just run all over you, girl. You don't let no man tell you what to do. A lot of women that speak like that grew up without a father. Because if you grew up with a father, or it's just something you haven't practiced, because if you grew up with a father, or if you practice this skill in your life, even if you didn't grow up with a father, then you would have the skills of silence. Because a man that is inside the home with his wife will train his children on how to do what they need to do. That's why it's important to have a two-parent household, so that all children can be raised properly. Right? And so I just wanted to come on here real quick and just throw that nugget out to us as Black women, because we need to talk to each other and figure this out. Because some of us have met quality men, but then you run them off because your mouth is fly, and a real man ain't finna sit here and deal with that. You run them off because you're too independent, and a real man is not going to sit here and deal with that. We don't want to hear it, but it's true. Real men like women that will respect them, that will honor them, that will cherish them, that will listen, that will be patient, that is kind to them. Real men's men, real godly men, real men that show up and provide for a woman on every level. He does not want to hear you yapping and clapping and talking a lot and running off at the mouth and saying whatever you want to say. Real men value women who know when to speak, who know how to speak when they speak. Because sometimes you need to know how to speak when you speak. How to be feminine, nice, gentle, pretty, understanding. Being very, very patient and kind to him like you would your son. And if you're not patient and kind with your son, that's a whole nother subject for a later date. But you got to be the woman that he craves every day. You got to be the woman he wake up and you on his mind every day. And how you know you on his mind is because he going to reach out to you and let you know. Or he going to reach out to you and ask you, how was your day? How are you? Right? A man don't want to come home to nagging. A man don't want to come home to fussy. A man don't want to come home to you just, you know what I'm saying? You're not very in good spirit. A man don't want to be around that. He wants to be around someone that's light, feminine, playful, youthful men like women that are kind, gentle in spirit, very meek, very, very watchful with her words, right? But we have to learn this. I have learned this through being around a masculine man, that my man do not want to hear me tell him what to do. And he sure don't want to hear me nagging every day. There is a way to get something from your man without ever telling him what he don't do. And I learned that after my divorce, or after I left the situation that I was in. Come on here. I learned that through getting with somebody that was literally so masculine. And that masculine man made me grow up to realize, like, as well as God helped me to realize through him that, hey, less is better. Less is better, ladies. Less is better. Less is better. If nobody else didn't teach you, what Yada Awakening said, if your fathers didn't teach you, I am. I had to learn submission through a masculine man. I had to learn to be quiet. It's not time to speak right now. Let this man get out what he need to get out, and then you say something if it requires you to say something. All right? So I love y'all. This is today's message. Be sure to subscribe, follow, like, go back and watch this video all the way from the beginning. If you are a strong, independent woman who has a hard time shifting from masculine to feminine, go back and watch this whole video, because it's going to help you to kind of understand that when you're in the presence of a masculine man, everything is not to be said. Everything is not to be discussed with him. And if you're going to, there is a time to do that. But also, too, giving him advice he did not ask for is really unsolicited and should be prohibited at all times until he brings you into that place and asks you, what do you think? You're just listening and you're just there to hear what he have to say. All right? But when it comes to you, you're going to tell him everything you need. All right? But just not giving him advice. That's the key. Because the moment you do, it brings a gap between the two of you, and the polarity that you have, the sparks, the fire, all of that y'all have can dwindle if you move out of that place of feminine, which is receiving from him, into a place of masculinity, which is giving, because you giving advice is very masculine. And so you got to watch it. And I'm not talking about when he asks you for it or when you see clearly that he finna fall off a cliff. Say something. But when it comes to just every day, you want to kind of, even if you have a lot of knowledge and wisdom, ask the Holy Spirit to give you when to say, what to say, and how to say when you do meet your masculine, God-fearing husband or man, and or when you do get in a relationship with someone that's masculine. All right, this is wisdom and food for the soul. I love you guys. I'll see y'all in the next live. Bye, y'all.